Guys, I'm Steve. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. If it's your first time stopping by the channel, hit that subscribe button. Trust me, you won't regret it. You're a returning subscriber as always, guys. Welcome back, and I do appreciate the support. I want to talk to you guys today about accountability. You know, one of the things we're taught as children, usually by our fathers, as young men, is accountability. I don't know if it's the absence of fathers nowadays, but for some reason, a lot of people are lacking this type of training. You see this woman up here? God rest her soul. This woman you see up here is Shantae Canty. She's no longer with us, ladies and gentlemen, because on the way of taking her autistic son out there in Maryland, Prince George's County to be exact, to a therapy appointment with another child in the car, her daughter, I think, she was brutally killed after getting hit by a car full of teens ages 15 to 17 that crashed into her while trying to evade police in a stolen car. I want you to take a look at how horrifically sad this story is. And there's no excuse for this type of stuff. And I would hold them accountable as adults. It shouldn't even be no debate when stuff like this happens. People that know they do wrong and willingly do it need to be held to the highest, held liable for the highest punishments. Take a look.
Publicly for the first time since a crash involving a stolen car that claimed the life of a young mother. It happened last week in the Landover area of Prince George's County. According to police, 4 teens in the stolen car slammed into Shantae Canty's car. She left behind 2 young children. News 4's Darcy Spencer spoke with Canty's mother today.
And it just hurt when I rode up the street and saw the balloons. I know that's where I lost my baby at.
For the first time, Carletta Chase came to the scene where her daughter Shantae Canty lost her life. She was driving her son to a therapy appointment last Tuesday afternoon when police say the driver of a stolen car ran a red light at MLK and Sheriff Road and slammed into them. Canty had 2 children, a 3-year-old son with autism and a 5-year-old girl who just started kindergarten.
My grandbabies need their mother.
Police say Seat Pleasant officers initially followed the stolen car, but had stopped before the crash happened. Surveillance video captured the car speeding by and the impact. Investigators say one of the teens was taken into custody. 3 were taken to the hospital. It's unclear what charges they'll face. They were 15 to 17 years old.
Whatever violations of the law we see, we will charge for that.
Canty's family wants the teens to face serious consequences and be charged as adults for taking a life and seriously hurting her son.
We want to put it out there that we don't want to fault the parents for the accident because the kids chose to do what the kids had wanted to do, and the kids should be held accountable for what they did.
Chase, who had seen her daughter just hours before the crash, says she will help raise her grandkids along with their dad. The family set up an online fundraising campaign to help with expenses. The little boy will need extra care. He suffered serious injuries in the crash.
He has a broken arm and leg. He's doing okay. He's moving his left arm now. He's been in a lot of pain.
Shantae was enjoying life as a mom and had planned to return to school to study nursing, helping children with autism.
She was a loving, caring mother. All her life was resolved around the kids.
Now their focus turns to raising the children and seeking justice for Shantae.
When they take a life, if it was an adult would serve time, a lot of time, but a juvenile will only serve until they're 21. But when things like this occur, they need to put more time onto them.
The family is in the process of making funeral arrangements. They are planning a vigil for this coming Saturday. In Prince George's County, Darcy Spencer, News 4.
Detectives are communicating with the state's attorney's office to determine what charges the teens could face. They're also being investigated for unrelated crimes related to that stolen car.
Okay, guys, that's the story of Shantae Canty. May she rest in peace. Left behind 2 children and died in a horrific accident, not of her own. And I want you to pay attention to that. Think about that. Not of her own. This woman was doing the right thing. I don't know her. You know what I'm saying? Or her family. But I do know she was doing what mothers do. taking care of her children and taking them to and fro to appointments that they desperately need to make them productive citizens. Whereas you got 4 people that choose to do what they do in the risk of having fun or just causing a bunch of mayhem and destruction out here. They said the car that they are in was stolen. Said this woman was hit. I think they said at the time school was letting out. Do you think about that? Was these kids even in school? And if they are, they driving around in a stolen car. They said it was linked to other crimes, possibly. What do you do with such people? You hear the family, we ain't blaming the parents for this. These kids chose to do that. And that's how I look at it. When I was 14, 15, when I was 15, between the ages of 15 and 17, I was fully conscious of the decisions I was making because I was taught that. And ain't nobody else's fault out there that these people are not. Here you got 4 kids in the car and none of them is the voice of reason. All of them thinking alike, doing the same shit. Only one person can drive the car. Got the cops behind them. 3 of them in the hospital. One of them is charged. One of them went to jail. The other one was hurt. Car caught on fire. Couldn't get her out. That's a horrific death for a mother just being a mother and doing something motherly like taking care of a child. Always the good people that suffer the worst fate by the ones that are out here doing bad. If I had a choice, man, I'm being honest with you. This type of shit, you would be held to the highest standard of culpability. This woman died. Therefore, you got to surrender your life. You got to get that up. And I'd get people out of here. People that think twice before making stupid, senseless decisions that can result in the death of others if their life is on the line. And that's the thing. You lock somebody up for life, it's still life. They still get to live. And what all human beings have within us to handle stress is what? What? You get used to things. You get complacent. Whatever you're going through, you adjust to it. Your body will adjust to it. They'll adjust to being in jail and all this other type of stuff. Then this bullshit about juvenile life where you turn 21 and you get out, that's bullshit. It's always an excuse of somebody being a child but doing some stupid ass shit, adult type dumbass decisions they do out here that affect others, whether it's adults or other children, but they're not brought up on charges of being grown and doing some stupid shit out here. It's sad. This woman's gone. She had an autistic son that needed her. Don't know how severe his autism is, but it affects him all the same, her not being here, and the other baby as well. What do you think? You're taking people off the planet and then making somebody else's burden that raised kids productively and are proud of the achievement they had, having to go through that all over again at an older age to raise kids because somebody took the mother out of here. And only thing you can say is sorry or I was stupid. Nah, we don't need none of that. You got to go. You got to go. I would, in a stroke of a pen, I would have accountability laws. And it ain't no up for debate. Ain't no lawyer can talk your way out of it. Ain't no striking deals. Motherfuckers will get the fuck out of here just as fast as they take other people out. This is upsetting. We always talk about the value of fathers, but there's a value of a mother too. This woman died. And part of her died with everybody that was involved that cared about her. What you think? Especially them children. I'm going to leave it at that. I'm Stock Market Steve for the Dynamic Reason channel. As always, like, comment, share, and subscribe. I told you before, there are some people out here whose recreation is the recreation. And you're seeing it now. Bunch of kids stealing cars. That's causing problem for the car owner. Now they don't have a vehicle to get them to work and other things. And these kids are running around, driving, doing other committing crimes because they can't get traced back to the car because they use the car for a while. They either give it to somebody else or they go and set it on fire, depending on the severity of the dumb shit they did, and just love living life. Their own personal GTA. I put a stop to that shit. You know what I'm saying? There's other ways to have fun, not at the expense and lives of others. I'll see you in the next video. Take care.